And if I may say this or validate this by my little experience, when I was growing up, by God's grace, I was privileged to start pastoring a church of 4 people, including myself. My message that day was, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Amen. Because I needed the Lord to shepherd me myself that day. And from 4 we grew to 7. And from 7 we grew to 12. And from 12 to 18. And from 18 to 13. We were never reducing, we were ever growing. Because I wasn't counting the growth by number. I was counting the growth by God's faithfulness. And then we grew to 30, to 34, and to 60. I remember one of those days we dedicated our first musical instrument, very powerful instrument, a tambourine. Amen. It was an exciting day. Man, I called 7 of our church leaders and I told them one after the other to thank God for the wonderful instrument, not despising the days of little things. Now, a few years after, somebody who was a church member when we were 60, incidentally, I met his son here a few weeks ago when we came for Pastor Paul's birthday. Introduced himself to me. I was a pastor of his father. So he came and met me when I was pastoring a church of 6,000 people. And he said to me, Pastor, you have not changed. I said, what do you mean? He said, the same excitement when you are 60 is the same excitement when you are pastoring a church of 6,000. Why have I said this? I've said this to make a point about my knowledge of Pastor Paul and his wife, particularly for the consistency of fervency, of dedication, of dynamism, of love for God. The zeal of the kingdom has not shifted. This man of God is not acting the way he is now because of pastoring a large church. It has been the same when the church was few. By God's grace, I was privileged by invitation to be in that church when it was a small one. And gradually, as it is today. What lesson are we to learn from this? Be faithful in whatever God has put in your hand. Be faithful. There is nothing too small. You don't pray to grow big, you manage to grow big. You don't pray to grow big. As far as Jesus is concerned, his definition of bigness is faithfulness. As far as Jesus is concerned, if you are faithful in a few, you are already considered to be faithful in a big thing. Not that he will give you a big thing. For being faithful in small, he has already qualified you for the big. That's why for me, I don't pray for big things. I only manage small things faithfully. Pastoring a church of 7 people, faithfully. In my little pastorate, nobody ever passed through me without feeling being pastored. If you leave me, you miss me. By reason of pastoring. And that's what we should do. Business people. You are handling 500,000 for your business. Be faithful as if you are handling 500 million. Pastors who are here tonight, don't look at the attendance of the church with an eye of despise. Some years back, I asked a pastor to do a statistics of our growth for us. And he wrote in a note, he said, last month, we had a slight increase of 13 people. I called him, I said, you want to lose your job? God went into 13 houses and brought 13 additional people to church, and you Only slight increase. Don't slight God if you don't want him to slight you. Don't ask, what is this, if you don't want it to remain as it is. God gave the children of Israel bread. He said, I will rain down for you bread. What did he say? We'll give to them bread. He opened a new kitchen, new ovens, and every morning he was giving them fresh oven baked bread. And when they saw it, you know what they said? Manna. Manna means, what is this? And God answered them, that is it. So for 40 years, the menu was not changed. They were eating the same thing every day for 40 years. There was no change in the menu. Don't ask God, what is this? Otherwise, it will remain as it is. Get back home tonight, somebody. Dance in your room and parlor. Enter your jalopy car. Get excited inside it. That's how we danced our way from the little where we were as Dunamis International Gospel Center, from small place to a big place today, and from this big place to a bigger place, and from this bigger place to another bigger place. Give God a big hand, somebody.
Thanks for watching Christ Rep channel. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.